Good morning, welcome back to Life with the Bridges. It is a brand new video here this week. 2024 has officially started and we are hoping for a lot better year this year in comparison to 2023 for us. But we have lots and lots of things planned for you. This week, we are hopefully going to get these impending results.
That's not going to happen, and I might as well stop that right here, as from this moment on, absolutely nothing went to plan. Looks like 2024 is just going to be as shit as 2023. Welcome back to our channel, Life with the Bridges. For those who don't know us, this is me, Scott. This is my wife, Katie, and this is our son, Super Ted. We are the Bridge family, trying to get the most out of this rat race we all call life. In September 2021, we found our dreams had come true. We were expecting a new addition to the Bridge family. We spent the next 9 months, like any normal parents would, preparing our life for the arrival of our new baby boy. On the 11th of May 2022 at 11:11 AM, we were blessed with the birth of our son. He was perfect. We instantly felt love like we'd never experienced before, and our family of 4 we've always dreamed of was finally complete. We had the most magical first 8 months with Teddy, experienced all that life had to offer. Then, on the 24th of February 2023, our whole world got turned upside down when we got told our 9-month-old son had been diagnosed with high-risk AML Leukaemia.
Do not take life for granted.
We spent the next 6 months, 184 days to be exact, at Great Ormond Street Hospital. He endured 2 rounds of chemotherapy, a full bone marrow transplant, in hope that this would save our son's life. It was important to us that we documented every part of his journey to raise awareness and give childhood cancer the exposure it deserves. After riding the hellish and unpredictable storm, Teddy made it to the end of his treatment and rang that bell. You are joining us now in our next chapter of this journey at home at Bridge HQ, as we try to rebuild our life and continue to spread awareness about what it's like to have a child post-cancer and transplant, in hope that this second chance at life we've been given is forever. So if you're interested in following our journey, don't forget to like our videos, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell as we document our life as the Bridge family. Drum roll please! Where did we end up to start 2024? In bloody hospital. But let's rewind time and at least see how we got there.
Good morning, it is the 4th of Jan. I'm fully aware that we haven't been filming, and to be completely honest with you, it's because we are doing nothing but just waiting for our impedance study results, waiting for our BMA results. We're not doing a lot. Teddy's been like okay, absolutely fine, but we haven't been going out doing anything, and we haven't really taken any time off since being home in terms of filming. So we decided that we are taking this first week of January off filming whilst we're just sitting there, because it's boring for you guys and we haven't got any content to film either because of just waiting around. But today is the 4th of January and it is my birthday. I turned 33 today. And it is also mine and Kate's wedding anniversary, and it is our 5th year wedding anniversary. Once again, we're not doing a huge amount because we're going away at the end of the month to an amazing adventure in our caravan. But yeah, I think we're just going to go out for a pub lunch today whilst my mum has Teddy. Other than that, it's a special day, but just going to get to the end of the week and then hopefully we'll have some more results and more to update you guys. We were greeted this morning at about 10 to 4 in the morning with Teddy's tube hanging off his face. And luckily it was still in, but the sticker and label had come off. So that was my little birthday present this morning, of obviously myself and Katie having to apply a new sticker, which we've had to do a lot recently because we're getting to the end of our stock of stickers and little pads that go underneath. But yeah, happy birthday to me. You honestly couldn't write it. Just come home from work. This one's spiking a fever. Happy birthday, happy anniversary. Good timing, mate. He is roasting. We are off to hospital to celebrate our anniversary and my birthday. Oh, the joys. Here we go again, Teddy B. Never ends.
Oh, 48 hours. Temperature's 37.7, which he hasn't actually spiked, but something's not right. He's got real chesty cough. Breathing rate of, well, that just said 199 again, so I don't know. It does feel warm. I think it's best to err on the side of caution. Looks like another long old 48 hours in a local hospital. What a birthday present. Although the machine said his heart rate was 199 beats per minute, our nurse didn't believe it, so they wanted to do it manually. And yep, the machine was right. Teddy's heart rate was dangerously high.
196.
So a bit of an update on what's happening. He never actually spiked a full fever on their temperature probe. It was 37.7, but because of the fact that it's warm for him and we're aware that something's not right, they're taking precautionary antibiotics and looks like we're in for 48 hours and blah, 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 blah. So they've finally got his hydrocortisone emergency dose in and taken blood cultures and sent them off. He's having a fluid bolus as well because his heart rate is up at 196 beats per minute, which just still absolutely blows my mind. He's going to have a chest x-ray because he's got a slight crackle on his left side of his chest. Just all flipping unknown again. But that's pretty much where we're at now. And I'm just going to the car to get his medicines because he's due his meds at 12. It's going to be a long old day here. We shall see. We'll keep everyone updated. You know what? I pray one day this is just a distant memory that all of these hospital visits and stuff like that just end one day, as it's really hard to see any sort of future with everything going on as we currently have it. We can only hope and just try and stay positive that one day this is all over and we get to live somewhat of a normal life. Bag of meds all sorted. Now, back to the hospital room. Got some milk going in, let's hope that stays down. Also got some maintenance fluid going in, he's had his fluid bolus. Hopefully things are more under control. Is that medicine working, Ted?
Daddy!
Oh, good lord.
Daddy! Papa!
Teddy Bridge. Second antibiotic going in, Ted. Teddy, Ted. Bubble, 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 bubble. Gosh.
Thank you.
Whoa, there's so many.
Puppy!
Bubbles.
It was now time to do all of Teddy's swabs to check for viruses.
Just to put it in perspective of how bad these antibiotics upset him, his antibiotics went in 38 minutes ago and he's already filled up 3 nappies. It is unbelievable how responsive he is to these antibiotics. It just, as I've told you before and you've seen in the past, it's just set his guts alight and it's so bad because he just loses all his nutrients and weight and fluids and whatever, so hence now being on fluids. He's had 2 fluid boluses now to get his heart rate back down. And yeah, we're just trying to keep him happy. Kate's just headed home for to go and see Willow, and she's going to stay here tonight because Ted's super clingy. He goes through stages. Like I'd say about a month or 2 ago, he was like super attached to me, wouldn't let Kate like cuddle him as much and whatever, and now he's shifted to Kate. So it's one of those situations where you just pick your battles and he won't even, well, this is a blessing, and managed to get Kate out of the room without him having a meltdown. But yeah, in the night, it's just not even worth gambling with. Kate has been doing like all of the nights because he's just attached to her. That's all he wants. So we kind of have to roll with that, and it works well with me having to do my clients in the morning because Kate's currently still off work for Christmas. She goes back on the 8th, so it makes sense for her to do tonight and potentially tomorrow night, and run in the 48 hours and me do the days after I finish my clients. So yeah, I just got to work as a team and get through this again. But other than not really having much of a nap, he's doing okay. He's doing a lot better than last time we came in here at the minute. His infection markers have come back and they're low. It's like 23, which is a good thing. he doesn't feel like too hot, so he doesn't feel like he's spiked another temperature. So fingers crossed it's just a smooth sailing 48 hours and we don't have any hiccups. I know I've got to take him for an x-ray in a minute, so hopefully that doesn't show up anything too bad. We also had his swabs done early, which is good because we asked for them to be done in the day, not before he goes to bed like last time. So we had those done, which is a groin, under armpit and mouth swab, which is all done and dusted. So yeah, not ideal, not the birthday present we wanted or the anniversary present we wanted, but it is what it is. Another day in the life of an oncology parent and an oncology patient. Hey, my boy. But yeah, but the main priority is that we're here, he is safe, and we've just got to ride this 48-hour wave again. But just grateful that he's stable and doing okay. Just off to go and get Teddy's x-ray. I didn't get much footage of the x-ray, but it was an absolutely horrendous experience. The guy that was doing it was just merely there to do his job, and that was it. He literally just basically told me to lay Teddy down, and Teddy was holding on to me like for dear life. Like a koala wouldn't let me put him down. I had to lay him on this bed, and this guy just expected me to get Teddy into a position where his arms lay palms down, flat against his body, legs not bent at all, and looking up at the ceiling. I was like, the child's 18 months. Just give me some time. And then it just went on and on and on. Poor old Teddy was screaming, and I had no choice but to hold him as best as I could and force his hands down so they stayed out of the way of the x-ray. I mean, I know the guy's trying to do his job, but it was horrendous. But we got the job done in the end, and x-ray done, and still waiting to hear from those. I'm probably on my 10th nappy now. So far, no trousers have been ruined, because as soon as I hear the explosion, I'm straight on top of it. Firstly, we don't want his trousers to keep getting ruined, but secondly, I don't want him sitting in the excrement, shall we say, because it makes his bottom sore. So yeah, I had my mum come up here as a little bit of a fresh face on the ward, which was lovely for Teddy for an hour or so, just to kind of for him to see. But we're just waiting for Mummy to get back so Mummy can release me. I can go home and get myself ready for work tomorrow and have something to eat and what have you, and then hope this little boy has a problem-free night, should we say. But he's only slept like 45 minutes, if that, today, so he's exhausted. So hopefully as soon as Kate gets here, he can have some milk and just go down and still have nothing come back on his cultures, and no sickness, no fevers, no nothing. So his last temperature was 36.2, which is incredible. Heart rate's come right down. So touch wood, I feel like we've got things under control. And he's just exhausted, needs a good night's sleep. So fingers crossed that's exactly what he gets. For now, I'm going to wait for Kate and then head home for some sleep. PT's in the morning, and then back here for another day's worth of entertainment and poo catching. Wish me luck. Happy birthday, Mr. Bridge. In other news, I've had 33 birthdays now, and I'd have to say I couldn't name all 33 of what I did and where I was and who I was with. But this is one that I will never forget, and I'll always remember my 33rd birthday being in the hospital with Teddy. So there's a plus thing. There's many things you forget in life, and this isn't one of them. So yeah, I'll always be able to remember this one. But anything that hurts but doesn't break you makes you stronger. And another one. So I'm just packed up and leaving the hospital and heading back to go and feed Willow and get my head down for the evening, ready for an early morning start of 4 AM tomorrow with my clients, and then back to the hospital for around about 9:30, 10 tomorrow. And we do it all over again, but just hoping that they have a pretty seamless night. In the car now, heading home, and I can categorically say that's probably one of the poorest birthdays I've ever had. But I've always thought this from the minute that Teddy's got diagnosed. All the time we still have him, it could always be worse. So we could be sitting there with Teddy and him being in a real bad place, when actually that's not the case. He's doing okay. So I guess that's the best birthday present I could ask for. We've headed into hospital and he's doing okay, and I'm leaving there confident that he's going to be okay. So fingers crossed. But for now, time to head home to go and see Willow. Oh, look. I can't open that without them. No, I've got to wait. Got to wait to open it up with them when they're home in a couple of days, hopefully. But Kate's flowers I bought her this morning, I don't even get to appreciate them. Time to hang the washing up and then get my head down. But for today, that's good night from me. 33rd birthday to remember. Not for the best times, but one for the memory bank. Fingers crossed for a positive day tomorrow. Let's go. Good morning. There is one thing being able to come home and try and get some sleep before work, but the other factor of that situation is being able to sleep. And it is now 3:30 in the morning, been up since 2, just can't sleep. My mind's going in overdrive. And I'm one of these people that if you're going to lay in bed and stare at a ceiling, you might as well get up and do something productive. I did it 2 nights ago, my mind was going a bit mad. I woke up at 2 o'clock and couldn't get back to sleep. Fell asleep at 3:30 and my alarm went up at 4 and I felt like I'd been run over by an aeroplane. Yeah, I didn't want to do that again today, so I just got up instead. So can have a coffee and maybe do a bit of editing, whatever. Something to stimulate the mind, keep the mind occupied and do something productive whilst doing it. So I can continue making these videos for you guys. Coffee, work, hospital. Love my life. Well, I've just finished my clients and I'm shooting home now to go and quickly shower and change and go to the hospital and face this music. I heard from Kate and she said that she's barely slept. So that makes 2 of us, but I'd imagine Kate's a little bit worse than me because she was obviously in the hospital with Ted, but we've still got no results. We're still just waiting. So time to go and face the music. Oh, quick little turnaround, bags packed and yeah, off to hospital now. Poor old Kate is tired as hell, so she's gonna just tap in and tap out and go straight home for some sleep. And this life ain't for the faint-hearted, I tell you. We just have to keep moving. We don't have a choice. We don't have anything other than just a little bit of hope that Teddy's gonna be okay. So another day dawns on this rat race of a journey. Let's go and see my boy. I've just arrived at hospital and I am gonna go up and release Kate. I need to make sure I go in there with lots of energy, positive vibes, because there is nothing worse than when I've been in the hospital all night and you're exhausted, somebody moping in the door. You just need to see a fresh face, somebody full of energy, even if I haven't got it, which I haven't really. You've got to put a brave face on to kind of keep the spirits high. So onwards and upwards, let's go. Hello! What are you doing off your lines? Hello, my boy.
We had his x-ray come back, which all seemed fine, but found it quite interesting to firstly see his NG tube, but secondly we had to see his Hickman line. Thankfully, my sister came into the hospital for another fresh face for Teddy to help pass time. Days sitting in 4 walls of a hospital room with a child that doesn't understand is incredibly tough, but amongst the difficult times of having to be strong and riding the wave, I can't help but feel gutted we're in this situation, but also so grateful we still have him here and still have a chance to live. With more medication and antibiotics going in, we were still treating the unknown until results from his blood cultures come back hopefully within 48 hours.
Wow, Ted, you having a picnic? Because it looks like we're staying in here for a while, mate. So we just had our oncology nurse come in and unfortunately they have told us that he is growing a bug in both lines. So it looks like we're here for another few days, which is absolutely fantastic. But he's still presenting pretty well, still doing okay. We're just about to have a little picnic. The fact that he's presenting well is just kind of the positive out of everything, because he could be a lot worse, but fingers crossed doesn't go downhill. And hopefully the antibiotics that he's currently on will just continue to do the job and he stays well. Into the weekend we go. Give me strength. Goes from bad to worse. Mama's coming. What a day. I feel like I've been in this hospital a lifetime, and by the sound of it, I might be in there for a flipping lifetime. We certainly ain't getting out in 48 hours, that's for sure. He has got a bug growing in both of his lines now, and bottom line is we need to wait for tomorrow to see the sensitivity, which basically means allowing the bug to grow and then testing against the bug to see what antibiotics it's sensitive to in terms of killing that bug off. So yeah, we've got to wait for tomorrow, but then if the best case scenario he gets put on tyke, we have to have 24 hours worth of
tyke put in via IV, then it can go to once a day, which we'd have to bring him into hospital for. Our community nurse can do it. But from there, we basically rang Gosh to double check that he is definitely on the right antibiotics, because when we were in Gosh, the bug that he's got in his white line, he has had before, and he had in chemo 1. And when they found out in Gosh that he had a line infection, they instantly put him on a more serious antibiotic rather than like a broad spectrum antibiotic known as tyke. But Pembury didn't want to do that, so I phoned Gosh to double check that they didn't want to put him on the more serious antibiotic. And after a few backwards and forwards conversations, it turns out that Gosh do want him on the more serious antibiotic. So if we didn't make the call, then Teddy would have potentially gone into the night on the wrong antibiotics and not be fully protected to fight these bugs off as possible. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, advocate for your children. I can't stress it enough, but I'm exhausted, and because we're in until potentially Sunday, Monday now, and it is now Friday, I will be doing tomorrow night. That's because I'm going back home tonight to go to bed, because I've got more clients in the morning, and then I don't have clients on Sunday, so I'll be in the hospital with Teddy on Saturday night. It's just an absolute shit show. It really is. And it's just taxing, long. I'm gutted for Teddy. I'm gutted for Kate. I'm gutted for us, our situation, just everything. But it is what it is. We keep moving forward. On the plus side, Teddy's still presenting okay. We can't ask for more than that. These bugs could have completely taken over his body, and he could have sepsis risk and blah, 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 blah. The risks are endless. So the fact that he still seemed to be under control with the 2 antibiotics that he's on, and hopefully tonight they'll administer this new one that we have asked him to be put on, or Gosh have asked to put on. Yeah, he'll have 3 antibiotics, and hopefully these 2 bugs in his line will not stand a chance, and it will just get itself sorted, and we can get out of this hospital and back to normal as quick as possible. But until then, tonight's a night, tomorrow's a new day. Get me home and see Willow for another cuddle in bed and another probably sleepless night. Oh, life of a cancer parent. Yeah, puppy. Oh, another day home. You can't write this life, I tell you. It's not for the faint-hearted. But it's a right old treat for you guys here. Little bit of fluff. But a little boxer shot there. Cheeky. Just want to live a normal life now. I think I'm a bit delusional, to be honest. I'm a bit... Everything's a bit of a blur. Oh, I need some food. And I need to go to bed. And if I'm honest with you guys, I need to do some editing as well. I'm exhausted, but I'm committed to this sharing. And so it's in the back of my mind. And I know people are going to scream in the comments, like, give yourself some time, going through some tough times. I know that, I get it. But I'm committed to sharing this story, and I need to get it done. So food, edit, sleep, PTs, back to hospital, do it all over again. Do you know what though? It's weird. It doesn't even bring like emotion. It's just fight or flight mode again. We are in full flight. The barriers are really high. Me and Kate are in a great place just because he's our priority, and we're just ready and raring to go. And it's what happens. It's what happens when you're a rabbit in the headlights and you've just got nowhere to run. You just fight. And that is what we're doing. So big gutted that we had to make the phone call to Gosh, and we're still having to advocate for Teddy. And it should just be second nature. They should just want the conversation between Gosh and Pembury, our local, should be, no, we want him on these main antibiotics to give him his best shot. But I shouldn't have to, or we as parents shouldn't have to ring up and question Gosh if they support what our local are doing, and actually change their minds and go, do you know what? I think you're right. I think they do need to be on those antibiotics. So it's crazy. But as I said to my mum on the way home when I was talking to her over the phone, I said, look, this is potentially why Teddy is still with us here today, because we've advocated for him from day one. And a lot of the things that we've done and screamed from the top of the mountains have been heard and have come off successfully. So today could be another tick on that box, and you never know, these decisions could be life-changing. Hey ho, enough waffle. Tomorrow's a new day. Let's go. Good morning. It is 10 to 6 in the morning. I'm up for my clients.
It is now Saturday, and I haven't heard from Kate and Teddy all night, which we take as a positive. Usually if you've heard anything, it's something's gone wrong and they need help. So, but I don't want to message her just in case they're asleep. But their pre-staying in hospital apprehension is massively kicking in now, because I'm staying in the hospital tonight as I don't have work tomorrow, and it's only fair I relieve Kate just so she can have a good night's sleep tonight, and me get in there with Ted. So, but yeah, combat your fears, face them head on. Yeah, time to go and face some music. But I'm gonna have a coffee, head down to work, come back, get my bag packed for overnight, and then go in for another day, and fingers crossed he stays stable and nothing gets worse, because over the last couple of days everything seems to be getting worse day by day. We went in there with a fever, and then he was good, then a culture in one line, which isn't great news, and then culture in two lines. So hopefully he stays stable, and then we can start potentially looking at going home in the near future. We shall see. Let's go. Attack this day. Come on, positive energy, mate. You guessed it. Back in the car, clients done, driving into hospital to go and spend my day and night in hospital. Don't know the logistics about today. We don't know what's going to go on. We don't know how long our admittance is going to be from here on out. Hopefully we'll find the sensitivities of the bugs growing in his lines today, so we know what the treatment plan looks like. But yeah, could be a long road ahead. Feeling pretty flat, not gonna lie. I'm sure you can tell, but it's what it makes me feel like, having to keep pursuing this kind of hospital life. And I'll put a ginormous big smile and positive face on before I enter the room, but this is the honest truth of what it actually feels like. Makes you feel flat, makes you feel down in the dumps. Like, it's a Saturday morning, we're usually going out and doing all our fun days. My week of work is usually done by now, and we have Saturday evening and Sunday to spend together as a family, but instead we're spending it in hospital. And you know what the most devastating thing is? All of yesterday Teddy just kept saying home. He just wanted to go home, and I want nothing more than that, to be at home. But the fact that he wants it as well, and he's starting to learn that he wants to be at home now, is gutting. Absolute gutting. Why? Right, come on, Kate needs me, and Teddy does. Got to go in now. Next stop, Pembury. It's that time again. Big smiles, big deep breath. We go again. I'm exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. And it is only 10 o'clock. Get me a coffee. It's the only way. And seeing my boy and Kate will brighten me up. But what you got, Ted? You doing all your animals? Another day in this hellhole of a room. We're already at midday. I'm just heading home to go and sort Willow out, because I'm staying there tonight. So Kate's got her parents coming to see Teddy at 2, and I've just put Teddy down for a nap. Yeah, he's sleeping for the next hour and a half, hopefully. So I'm going to shoot home, walk Willow, and depending on how far I walk, I might try and squeeze a nap in, because I am exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. But we shall see. But for now, going to go and walk Willow. Bit of fresh air, and it's freezing. So just a bit of an update and roundup of what's actually happened since I've been there today. They have confirmed that there's a bug growing in each line. They're pretty sure that it's of the same family, which means that hopefully it can be treated by the same antibiotic, which is a good thing, because you don't want two separate bugs in a separate line, because it means different antibiotics, and yeah, just carnage. We think that it will be able to be treated by the antibiotic that we asked Gosh to get prescribed yesterday, which is a good thing, because hopefully what that means is after 24 hours of that being given IV, so 3 doses, so it was given at 7 p.m. last night, 7 a.m. this morning, and it will be given at 7 p.m. tonight. Once that 24-hour cycle passes, they sometimes, providing that the child is presenting well, they can sometimes just allow you to be discharged, and then you come in once a day, or the community nurse can come to you once a day to administer this medication. I think it's either 7 to 14 days, depending on the bug that's growing. So yeah, there is a small possibility that we might be able to be discharged either tonight or tomorrow morning, providing he's presenting well and the bug doesn't get any worse. So yeah, that's our situation now. But as I said, I'm just here with Willow, walking her, then shoot back to the hospital, and then we'll either be discharged at some point later tonight, which would be an absolute miracle, or it'll be me on tonight to run the gauntlet through the night with Ted. So, but that's kind of where we're at, and we'll keep you very much updated throughout this journey, as always, on Teddy's road to recovery. Back at Pembury, just got myself some dinner. Got Teddy some chocolates, try and put a smile on his face. Time to face the music. Go into the night in hospital. We're having snuggles. Kate's just having a coffee with her parents. He's super tired, bless him. He's doing all right. Doesn't look like we're going to get out tonight. But if he needs to be in hospital to monitor him, then he needs to be in hospital. I'm not going to argue with people. Just got to have his best interest at heart. So it's now 5:30 and we still haven't heard anything. They keep saying that they're all in contact and talking to each other, but no one seems to be coming up with any answers. So we are just assuming that we are staying in for another night, is what it is. But just going to get his little play mat from the car and some more nappies, and then we're going to head on into the night and hope, fingers crossed, for a good night.
As the evening draws in and Kate leaves to head for home to get some rest, we enter another night here in our local hospital.
So we just had a phone call from Gosh, and they've been in contact with the microbiology team, and unfortunately the bugs growing in his line are resistant to ticoplanin, which doesn't leave us many options but to now treat it with vancomycin, which unfortunately is what Teddy is allergic to. So we are pushed right into a corner where we have really no choice but to use the vancomycin to take it seriously and get on top of these bugs. But unfortunately, we know for a fact that vancomycin gives Teddy a horrendous rash. We don't have options. We just need to weigh up our options in terms of what's worse, a rash or the possible outcome of the line infection getting worse. And a rash is a lot better, but we just hope it doesn't come with any more side effects. So the ticoplanin antibiotic is now being stopped because the bug is resistant to it, and vancomycin will be going ahead of me and Teddy tonight. I think it's going to be a rocky few days. We shall see.
With the new antibiotic that Teddy is allergic to going in, the doctors made sure they gave him an antihistamine beforehand and going to administer the drug slower than usual in hope it reduces the chance of Teddy's reaction. All we could do is keep everything crossed. To say I was watching him like a hawk would be an understatement. Slightly excessive? Maybe, but my job as a father is to protect my son, so whilst he sleeps, I monitor him minute by minute through the night. With minimal sleep and Teddy's 2 a.m. party, just like that, another morning rolls round.
Right, it's time to have a good look over you, mate. So this is after the first morning. Oh, look at your veiny tummy. Oh, like that. But you look beautiful, mate. Still rash-free at the minute. A little bit red on your cheeks, but I think that's just normal. Don't look so concerned. We're going to have a lovely day today. Yeah. Would you like to play? Play. I cannot tell you how tired I am. This being filled up is a necessity, but it means leaving that one. So I'm going to set up the camera. So if anything goes wrong, I understand what happened and what carnage I get back into. But we are at the other end of the ward to the parent room to get a coffee. So I'm going to have to sprint. I'm going to leave Teddy with you guys. Make sure you look after him. Back in 2 minutes. Boo! Daddy's got his coffee! Yay! Look at you, big strong boy. Daddy can hopefully rejuvenate some sort of energy to tidy up this room and get us back to start a fresh day. Don't care? Alright, cool, sweet. No problems, mate. Alright, where can I put my coffee down? There. Time to have some caffeine. Eesh. Excuse me. When did you become such a big tall boy? Oh, I can't wait to get him home to have a bath and brush his hair and just look scruffy, don't you, mate? Bless him. But so far, not to say it's not coming, but so far so good. With 3 doses of vancomycin, it's just been a dream. Rash doesn't seem to be there, so fingers crossed it's doing the right job. So just a bit of a roundup from last night as well. He was an absolute dream. His oxygen sats were like the best I've seen him in a while, sitting at like 94, 95, so didn't require oxygen. His heart rate was under 100, which is where it should be as a normal child. It's usually baseline 130. It was sat at like 85, 90 all night. Temperatures were great. He slept pretty much through all of his medications until 12:30, and then he decided he wanted a bit of a party. We had a window between 1 and 4 where his nurse wasn't coming in, and he partied till 2, which didn't bode well with me getting any sleep. So I think I managed to get about 45 minutes, if that. And then medication at 4, and he had some milk, and then went back down, and I didn't get any sleep. And then he woke at 6:30. So he had a fantastic night, which, in all honesty, is all that matters. I can sleep today at some point in the bathroom because we've got a little camp bed in there. Happy with my first night. And as I've said before, the apprehension of staying in hospital is far worse than the actual staying, obviously providing if nothing goes wrong. So coffee's about to go in. Meds, 7 o'clock meds are done, and I'm going to try and have a good day today. Fingers crossed for some sort of positive news, because it's been pretty rubbish news since we've been here. Look at old King Ted here, sat in his man-made pillow chair, whilst I've got a crick neck. That's it, King Ted. Do you want anything? Massage? Tea, cake, scones, cream? No? Don't worry about me. Old crick neck Rick over here. Oh, God. This hospital life is rubbish. Anything to make this little boy comfortable. Not to have a moan, but I feel gross. I feel thirsty. I feel hungry. I've got a headache. I've got an ulcer on my tongue. I've got a sore throat. Right, good. Glad that's all out of my system. That's all my problems. And now I don't have to keep moaning about them. I put them out there, laid my cards on the table, just so everyone knows. Oh, and one more thing whilst you're moaning. This coffee is absolutely disgusting. That's it's Moany Monday, but it's Sunday, so can't moan anymore. But whatevs. Other than that. Wow, we're doing our stickers this morning. Baby cow. Thumbs up. Cow. You've got all your cows, you stacked them on top of each other so they stay nice and warm. There's your goat. What noise does a goat make? Meh. Oh, look, that's so lovely how you stack them all on top of each other when you have this ginormous... As you can see, Teddy is getting pretty pale as well. So, yeah, it's obviously because they're taking blood cultures every morning. They're just stripping him of blood, so his hemoglobin levels are on the downward spiral. And on like a paint chart, Teddy's like a white cotton, and I'd say I'm like a bit of a magnolia. So, breakfast of champions.
Toast.
Toast, would you like some?
Open.
Open, okay. You buttering Daddy's toast. Good job, mate. Daddy's got some toast. Does Teddy want some? Good job, mate.
As another morning started, another morning of ridiculous amounts of nappy changes due to his antibiotics.
So we're just waiting for ward round. The doctors are apparently outside and about to come in and assess Teddy and give us any results that they have. So fingers crossed, hopefully they'll have some negative culture results. That'd be a miracle, wouldn't it? But we shall see. As always, a very brief ward round with absolute zero information. No more cultures have come back from the lab, so we're just waiting. And I said, have you got any sort of understanding? He said, I probably shouldn't say because I don't know anything. It will come from the lab, but the treatment plan usually with vancomycin, if I was on my own, I'd have you staying in for 10 days. 10 days worth of admittance in our local hospital. Mind blowing. Never believe anything until you're told facts. That is my number one rule. So I will continue to stick by that. Gutted. But it could be worse.
Little did I know how true that statement would be. That just about rounds up this video. Come back for our next video when...
And the journey continues. Another day draws to a close. Another step forward. Another 2 steps back.
As always, thank you so much for watching and following and supporting our journey. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and remember guys, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised.